I a weeb? Let's find out. First, we have to know what a weeb is, also known as weeaboo or weebo. Weeb is just easier to say, so for the duration of the video, I'll be using weeb. According to dictionary.com, link below, weeb is a derisive term for a non-Japanese person who is so obsessed with Japanese culture that they wish they were Japanese. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like to keep it positive, so I try to avoid derisive and divisive language. I want my videos to be fun for everybody. So if you don't find my videos fun, informative, or helpful, I've got a whole video of other YouTubers in Japan. Check that out. So somebody recently asked me if I'm a weeb. Fair enough. I did move here in 1990, and I do speak Japanese. I know how to use chopsticks, and I love a lot of Japanese things. But does that make me a weeb? Let's find out how I do on the test. Number 1. Do you insert Japanese words into daily conversation? Well, when I speak with my foreign friends and family, I don't use Japanese words in daily conversation. There is a caveat, sometimes you have to. I'm not going to go out of my way and say I'm wearing traditional Japanese wooden sandals when the word geta will suffice. Actually, the word geta is used in English. And I don't own a pair of geta, so I don't even use the word. Number 2, do you love things simply because they're Japanese? No. In the 90s, I did have a fascination with Japanese sports cars, Skyline GTR, Nissan Silvia, Subaru Impreza, Mitsubishi Evolution, RX-7, Toyota Celica, and I probably missed a couple. These days, I'm more of a fan of Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and since I'm a YouTuber, I have to love Lambos. Number 3, do you own a collection of replica samurai swords? No, but it is a good idea to have at least one. You never know when you're going to need it. Number 4, do you dream about having a Japanese boyfriend or girlfriend? Nope, already got one, don't have to dream. Number 5, do you find yourself correcting people when they talk about Japan? Well, unless it's a glaring mistake, I don't go out of my way to correct people. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People. And, you know, many of the people I hang out with have lived in Japan longer than I have, so they know more about Japan than I do. Number 6, do you dream of moving to Japan? Nope, already here. Number 7, do you think Japanese culture is superior to your own? Not really. I mean, it's a great culture, don't get me wrong, but I'm 100% American despite having lived here a very long time. My mannerisms and body language are still very much American. In fact, people often tell me that I look like somebody who doesn't even live in Japan, and I definitely look like somebody who doesn't speak Japanese at all. Honestly, I'm really bad at bowing, so I don't try to act Japanese. I just look really dumb when I try to bow, so I don't do that. Number 8. Do you use chopsticks when eating non-Japanese food? Well, this is not a fair question because even Japanese use chopsticks when eating Western food sometimes. I mean, for salad, we use chopsticks, for example. Incidentally, I highly recommend eating potato chips with chopsticks. You don't get your hands dirty and you don't get your keyboard dirty. Now, I do have a funny chopstick story. When I was in college in America, I was invited to a curry party. When the curry was served, I asked the host for chopsticks, and all the Japanese kids started laughing. Well, come to find out, you're supposed to eat curry with a spoon. I mean, Japanese curry is more like gravy over rice, and it's basically impossible to eat with chopsticks. Number 9. Do you buy Japanese newspapers or magazines usually overpriced? I think this applies to people living overseas who buy imported Japanese newspapers and magazines. I mean, in the 90s, when I was living in Japan, I used to buy a lot of car magazines, and I was more of a car freak than a weeb. So my answer is no to this one. Newspapers, they're not really hard to read. I mean, if you can read 2,000 kanji, you can read a Japanese newspaper and kind of, you know, make sense out of stuff without really using a dictionary that much. But, you know, the stories just don't resonate with me because they require a lot of context, and I didn't grow up in Japan, so I lack that context. Magazines, no. I mean, there are a lot of gossip magazines, fashion magazines, etc., but I can't really wear Japanese clothes. My shoulders are too big. Japanese clothes just don't fit me. I mean, I do like Uniqlo, but Japanese clothes don't really fit me. Gossip magazines, not really interested because I don't watch Japanese TV, and I don't really know who a lot of the TV personalities are, so no, I don't read those. Number 10, do you pose like your favorite anime character when you take a selfie? Well, no, in fact, I don't have a favorite anime character because I don't watch anime. And you can see where this is going, right? But do I dislike anime? No, not really. I just don't have time to watch it. It's such a rabbit hole once you get involved. You want to watch more, you learn more about the characters, you start collecting the figures and all that stuff. I just don't watch anime or TV for the same reason. I mean, I didn't watch Game of Thrones or Sopranos for a really long time. I just don't have time. So my results, 10 out of 10, no. I'm not a weeb. But at certain times I have displayed weeb-like behavior, but I'm not a weeb actually. So bonus round, other things that might make you a weeb. Does your dog or cat have a Japanese name? Do you take family pictures in Japanese traditional outfits? See, in my next video, we're going to explore the world of otaku.